Dear Mr. and Mrs. Singh, I find it difficult to put into words the deep sorrow and profound respect I feel as I write this letter to you. And I cannot presume to feel even a tiny fraction of the devastation and grief that the both of you are feeling now. You've been informed about your beloved son, Captain Deepak Singh's death in the line of duty, fighting terrorists in Doda near Jammu today. Ever since we heard this terrible news, we spent the day telling our viewers about your beloved son. How he was part of the brave 48 Rashtra Rifles, one of several units, as you know, engaged in the unprecedented expansion of counter-terror duties in the Jammu region. We're showing our viewers pictures of young Deepak, the fine lad that you raised and sent into the Indian Army. Tomorrow we'll see pictures of you lighting your son's funeral pyre and bidding him farewell. The bitter truth is, as much as we pay tribute to young Captain Deepak today, he will be lost from our memory. Us in media and public life, living on only in the minds of you, his parents, his family, his friends, and his proud unit, the 48 Rashtra Rifles. It has always struck me as deeply ironic that the greatest braves live the shortest in our collective memories. It's incredible when one thinks of what your 26-year-old son did. As you both know, and I'm sure were very proud, Deepak held the captain rank, but so promising was your son as a young leader of men, and so impressive were his talents in the line of duty, he was made a field major, which means even as a captain, during a field posting like the one he was on in Doda, he got to sport a higher rank of major, allowing him to lead a company of 130 soldiers. As proud parents of army men, I'm sure you know this already, but the vast majority of people are probably stunned to hear that in the Indian Army, a 26-year-old leads such a huge team. 130 soldiers is no joke. But none of us are surprised. Now that we've heard about what Deepak did, he led his men from the front, assuming all the risk in his effort to establish where the hiding terrorists were in one of the most thickly forested areas of Doda, and to pin them down. So sharp were your son's methods that the terrorists had no idea that Deepak and a small group of his soldiers was creeping up on them. Catching them by surprise, a firefight broke out immediately. Captain Deepak fearlessly continued to direct his men as he attempted to pin the terrorists down with continuous fire from his rifle. It was in this crossfire, as he tried to protect his men, that your son Deepak fell. He fought not just with weapons, but with the strength of his heart and the depth of his convictions. He was not merely defending a piece of land, he was protecting the dreams and hopes of millions, which for army families are more than just words. It is because of young men like him, Mr. and Mrs. Singh, that we sleep soundly at night knowing our borders are secure. Your son was more than an officer in the Indian Army. He was a true hero, a leader of men, and a beacon of courage who led from the front in the face of unimaginable danger. And we have to constantly remind ourselves that he was 26 years old. I know that no words can ease the pain of losing your son, but I hope you can find some comfort in knowing how deeply he touched the lives of those around him. Captain Deepak Singh was the embodiment of bravery and dedication. He stood tall in the face of adversity, fighting with unwavering resolve to protect the nation he loved, to protect his men. He was a human who lived by his principles, who led by example, and who inspired everyone who had the honor of knowing him. And believe me, I've spent the day speaking to those who fought alongside him. The loss of such a remarkable young man is a wound that time may never fully heal. But please know that his sacrifice, your son's sacrifice, was not in vain. He has left behind a young legacy, a very young legacy of honor and valor that will inspire generations to come. The nation owes him an immense debt of gratitude, and we all share in your grief, even if we can never truly share your pain. Deepak has made the ultimate sacrifice, and for that, we are forever in his debt. Please accept our deepest condolences and my heartfelt respect. Deepak's memory will live on in the hearts of all those who knew him, and his story will be told as an example of what it means to be truly brave and truly fearless. Thank you to Deepak, and thank you for his service.